Hi everyone, great to see you. Welcome to Online Circle Time. My name's Malcolm and this is my good friend Miss Ellen.
Hello.
And we're here to bring you lots of songs and fun and puppets and stories. Now, you may have noticed that we're in a new year and it's that long since we've seen you. In fact, we're already in February. And because it's February, it reminds me that we're in the middle of winter. And so our theme today is going to be Winter Wonderland. But before we do any of that, we're going to sing our first song. So what I need you to do is stand up, take a big deep breath of air into your lungs so you can sing nice and loud. And here we go with our first song. Are you ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABC. Next time won't you sing with me? Great job everyone. I'm going to give you a double high five for that. Great job everybody. Great job. Okay, now we're going to think about some animals, but they're not going to be animals that all begin with the same letter. Because our theme today is Winter Wonderland, I've thought about some animals that live in very cold places. Okay, so I'm going to show you some pictures, or maybe I'll pretend to be those animals and you have to see if you can guess what they are. Are you ready? Here's the first one. Here's the first animal that lives in a very cold place. What is that? It's a polar bear in a snowstorm. That's why you can't see him. I'm just messing with you, okay? There's nothing there at all, is there? But imagine if a polar bear was in a snowstorm. He's white and the snowstorm's white. You wouldn't be able to see him. So here we are. Here is our actual polar bear. Begins with the letter P. There he is. Okay, here's the next one. Also begins with that letter P. And I'm going to pretend to be this. This is a bird that also lives in a cold place and it walks around like this. It can't fly, but it's a very good swimmer. Any idea what this is? Well, it's a penguin. A penguin. Now, do you ever notice you never see a polar bear and a penguin in the same picture? Did you know that? And there's a reason for that, because polar bears live in the North Pole and penguins live in the South Pole. And the two never meet each other. So if ever you see a picture with a polar bear and a penguin together, something's not quite right with that. Here's our third one. Our third one has two letters. The first one is an A and the second one is an F. AF. Any idea what this animal is? It is an Arctic fox. Now the Arctic is the same where the North Pole is. It's the Arctic fox, and again, it's another white animal. And it's interesting how lots of the animals who live in the North Pole are actually white. So there he is, the Arctic fox. Here's the next one, another animal that lives in a very cold place, and this one begins with a W. What am I now? I am, of course, a walrus. Should I take those out so you can hear me properly? I'm a walrus. You see those big animals? They're like giant seals, aren't they? With huge, huge tusks coming out. Well, they like to live in cold places as well. And they begin with a W, walrus. And there's just one more. And it's another one that begins with A, but this time the second letter is H. A-H. Any idea what this is? It's a bit like a rabbit. Again, it lives up in the North Pole. It's an Arctic hare. An Arctic hare. See the big ears there? And you're probably wondering, well, where's its arms and legs gone? Well, I think what it's done, it's so cold, he's snuggled up inside and he's just like rolled himself up into a ball of fur so he can stay warm. Lots of fun animals there. I hope you got those right. Another high five if you got those ones right. Good job. We're going to sing this through one more time. We're going to sing it louder and we're going to sing it faster. Are you ready? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABC. Next time, won't you sing with me? Good job, everyone.
Okay, it's time for the bag of surprises. I've got something in here today, and you've got to guess what it is. But maybe I should give you some clues. Okay, the first one is it's pink. Does that help? The second one is it comes in a pair. That means there's two. You have to have two of these. Let's see. The third one is it's something you wear. 4. It's knitted from yarn. And let's see. It keeps your hands warm. How about that? It's pink. It's knitted. It keeps your hands warm. You have 2. It's mittens. Or gloves. Goes on like that. There's 2 of them. Remember I said it was pink? How do you get pink? We don't have pink in the rainbow, but pink is a mixture of red and white. If you get red and white together, you get pink. So let's sing our Colors of the Rainbow song.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. That's all the colors of the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. That's all the colors of the rainbow.
Good job. Hi, Bob.
Oh, hi, Rhonda.
Bob, why are you wearing that hat?
Oh, because it's cold. We're in the middle of winter.
But we're not outside. It's nice and warm in here.
Well, I still feel cold. I've only just taken my gloves off.
But you're a bear. That's why you've got that lovely thick fur.
Well, it doesn't seem to be working.
Come on, Bob. It's not that cold.
It's freezing.
Bob, we live in the Bay Area of California. It's hardly the coldest place on Earth.
I think it is.
We don't even get any snow here.
Well, why do I always feel cold then?
It's probably because you're supposed to be hibernating right now.
Hibernating? What's that?
Hibernating is when an animal goes to sleep for the whole of winter.
The whole winter?
Yes. Some animals sleep for months.
What animals?
All kinds. Frogs, tortoises, bats, even snakes.
Snakes? Is that what Kevin's doing right now?
Yes.
I wondered why I hadn't seen him for weeks.
Some animals go to sleep in October, and they don't wake up again until March in the following year.
But don't they get hungry?
They eat lots and lots of food before they hibernate, and that keeps them fed while they sleep.
Really?
Yes. Maybe you should try hibernating.
Oh, I don't think so.
It would keep you warm.
No, I could never do that.
Why not?
I wouldn't want to miss Christmas.
Okay, let's get ready to sing our snowman song. We have 5 snowmen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Can you put up 5? You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 little snowmen standing in a row, each with a hat and a big red bow. Out came the sun and it stayed all day, and one little snowman melted away. Now how many snowmen are left?
4.
4. 4 little snowmen standing in a row. with a hat and a big red bow. Out came the sun, and it stayed all day, and one little snowman melted away. How many are there left now?
1, 2,
Three.
3.
3 little snowmen standing in a row, each with a hat and a big red bow. Out came the sun, and it stayed all day, and one little snowman melted away. How many are there left now? I think there are 2. 2 little snowmen standing in a row, each with a hat and a big red bow. Out came the sun, and it stayed all day, and one little snowman melted away. Oh, now there's only 1 snowman left. 1 little snowman standing all alone. He had a hat and a big red bow. Out came the sun, and it stayed all day, and the one little snowman melted away. Now all the little snowmen melted away.
Welcome again to Craft Corner. This is the time where I make something or draw something special, not just so that I can do it, but so that you can do it at home as well. Remember we made that snowflake just before Christmas, and we made that scene of the starry night? Well, today, because we're thinking about Winter Wonderland, I'm going to do a drawing of a snowman, and I want to try and make it as easy as I can so that you can do it too. Now, when we do a drawing, normally we would use a piece of white paper like this. But can you understand that there might be a problem drawing a snowman on a white piece of paper? You remember that picture I showed you earlier, that funny picture of the polar bear in the snowstorm? Well, there was nothing there, was there? Because you can imagine that the polar bear being white and the snowstorm being white, you wouldn't be able to see it on white paper. So what we're going to do today, we're not going to use white paper, but we're going to use different colour papers. Now, I'm just going to use one of these, but I'm showing you the choices of the kind of paper you could use. And they're all a kind of bluey, greeny, grey colour, okay? So I'm going to choose this one. This is the one I'm going to choose today. Now, again, I'm not going to draw with a pencil, which is what I would normally use, but because I'm working on coloured paper, I'm going to use chalk. Now, here's my little piece of chalk here. I could have used white oil crayons. I could have used other types of crayons as well. I could have even used a white pencil, but I'm going to use my piece of chalk, and also I'm going to use a black pencil just for some of the highlights afterwards. So what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to draw 3 circles. Now, sometimes you make a snowman just using 2 big balls of snow, but this one's going to have 3. So here we go. I'm going to do a big one down the bottom like this. And then I'm going to do another one next to it. Now, they're not going to be complete circles. They're not just going to be sitting, balancing on each other. And I'm going to do a 3rd one here. And you notice that I've not made it a complete circle, okay? They're touching each circle as it goes. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that the light is coming from one side and there's going to be a shadow over here, okay? Now, that looks a bit strange at the moment, but it will make sense in a minute. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of chalk and I'm going to shade with the chalk half of these balls of snow, okay? So I'm not going to do it all the way to the corners. You notice I've left a little bit of the blue there. And I'm going to do the same with this one and make it a bit stronger around this side. And now you can do it however you like. You might want to fill all the balls in with white, but this makes it look quite nice, and it makes it look like it's got a little bit of shadow going on as well. Okay, so it's quite quick. We don't spending a long time on this, and I'm just going to make this side look a bit more like that. And now I'm going to draw some snow on the ground, but I'm not going to go in that area that I left as my shadow. So watch what I do here. I'm just going to draw it like this. Okay, and we'll put some snow over here as well. I'm not going to go too high up the page, but we're just going to pretend that maybe here we can see the snow in the garden or the field where the snowman has been built. Okay, So now we've got the snowman looking like a snowman. Can you see that? Now we're going to make the last bits, which are going to make it really look like a snowman. I'm going to take my black pencil, I tell you, I'll use this one, I think. I'm going to do a hat on the snowman, and watch how I do this. Okay, now I've been drawing a long time, so this is how I would normally do it. You do a hat however you want to do it, okay? But this is how I'm going to draw a hat. I'm going to make underneath the hat, that's called the rim, I'm going to make it nice and dark, and then I'm going to do this part as well, and there's going to be a bit of light over there, okay? And then, so I've got the hat, and I've got the basic shape of the snowman. I'm going to give it 2 eyes. Now, in the olden days, people used to get small pieces of coal to make the eyes, and but you can use stones or anything you find, and then sometimes they would take more pieces of coal, and they would make a line of those to make a smiley face. Also, they would have some buttons going down as if the snowman was wearing a coat. So perhaps some bigger pieces of coal there. And then finally, they would find sticks to make the arms. So I'm going to put one stick over there. Now we can't see where it goes into the body on the other side. And maybe the stick's got a bit of branch there. But the other side, we can see where it goes in. So we'll draw a stick there, and we'll put some of those there as well. And what we're last going to do, just a little bit of shadow underneath here. Oops, I made that a bit dark around there. A little bit of shadow there, and maybe maybe a line. Mums and dads, maybe you'd want to do that on your one. And there we go. There's our picture of a snowman. Can you see it there? That didn't take long at all, did it? Well, I'm looking forward to perhaps you sending me some pictures of snowmen, and that's something you can do. When I send out an email with the attachment to this video, perhaps you'd like to send back some of the pictures that you've been doing, and if you do that, maybe I can show them in the next video that we do. Have fun with that, and I hope it goes well.
Okay, it's time to sing another song. Remember the mittens we had in our bag? We're going to have mittens in this song too. So get ready to sing. Get your hands ready. Pretend you've got mittens on your hands.
What color mittens are you wearing? If you're wearing red mittens, clap your hands. If you're wearing red mittens, clap your hands. If you're wearing red mittens, red mittens. If you're wearing red mittens, clap your hands. If you're wearing blue mittens, stomp your feet. If you're wearing blue mittens, stomp your feet. If you're wearing blue mittens, blue mittens. If you're wearing blue mittens, stomp your feet. If you're wearing yellow mittens, shake your head. If you're wearing yellow mittens, shake your head. If you're wearing yellow mittens, yellow mittens. If you're wearing yellow mittens, shake your head. If you're wearing green mittens, bend your knees. If you're wearing green mittens, bend your knees. If you're wearing green mittens, green mittens. If you're wearing green mittens, bend your knees. If you're wearing orange mittens, tap your nose. If you're wearing orange mittens, tap your nose. If you're wearing orange mittens, orange mittens. If you're wearing orange mittens, tap your nose. If you're wearing purple mittens, touch your toes.
Ooh, down.
If you're wearing purple mittens, touch your toes.
Way down.
If you're wearing purple mittens, purple mittens. If you're wearing purple mittens, touch your toes.
Good job, everybody. Give yourself a big hand.
Today I want to talk to you about this thing. Now, you might be looking at it thinking, well, I don't know what that is. That's pretty unusual. It's actually a ski boot. You can see it's a boot shape, can't you? But why is a ski boot different from a normal boot? Well, the first thing, it's very, very hard. It doesn't move. And the reason is because it fixes onto the ski on each foot so that when you ski downhill, your feet and your skis move together. Now, I don't know if you've ever done any skiing, but it can be quite scary because you're going down some very steep hills. And if ever you've stood at the top of a hill looking down, it can think to yourself, ooh, that's a big hill in front of me. And what a lot of people do is they lean back because they're a bit scared. And they think to themselves, if I lean back, then if I do fall over, it won't be so far before I hit the ground. Now, look at this picture. Here's a skier who's leaning back because he's a little bit scared. Do you notice what he's doing there? Unfortunately, when you lean back, you don't have any control of the skis. And what happens as he carries on skiing, it's not long before he's out of control, and maybe this will happen to him. Look at that, he's ended up in a big snowdrift. Well, these are funny pictures, and I hope that nobody ever has to go through that. But that's what skiing can be sometimes. When we're scared of skiing and when we're scared of the hill in front of us, we lean back and we get in trouble. But if we look at this boot again, do you notice something interesting? That when it's all closed up and done up, it makes you lean forward. Now, when you're standing at the top of the hill, probably the last thing you want to do is lean forward, because that makes it even scarier. But here's the wonderful thing. When you lean forward, that's what controls the ski. And when you lean forward, you're able to do it much, much better. Here's the same skier now, and he's leaning forward. Even though he's going downhill, he's leaning forward, and he's in so much control that what happens is he's able to get all the way down the bottom of the hill without falling over. Because he did the thing that didn't seem normal, that didn't seem natural, he leaned forward. Why am I telling you this? Sometimes trusting God feels a bit like leaning forward on skis. We want to lean back, we want to trust in ourselves, but God says don't do that. Trust in me, he says. Lean forward. Put all of your care and all of your trust into God, and you'll be amazed at how much better things will go for you. Just like this skier, that when he trusted in the skis, when he trusted in the boots, he was able to get all the way down the hill. God says trust in him and things will go so much better for us. Well, we've come to the end of our program today, but we hope you've enjoyed being with us. We've really enjoyed being with you. And I know it seems funny to talk about snow and winter activities when we're living in the Bay Area, but I hope some of you maybe get to go on a visit to a place where there is snow. Maybe some of you will even get to ski. Wouldn't that be fun? But before we go, there's just one more message I want to tell you, that every Sunday here at church, and you know you've been here before for Stay and Play, every Sunday at 10 o'clock we have a service here, and it lasts for about an hour, and we sit outside and we've got heaters so we stay nice and warm. But there is a nursery, there is a preschool, there is an elementary class, and there is a youth group, and we would love for you to come and join us. So if you want to do that any Sunday, please come along and join us. So until then, and until we see you again next time, I want to say a big goodbye from me, Malcolm, and also from Miss Ellen, my friend.
Bye.
And we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.